All, yes. You know, I was reading this expungement order. Yes. In criminal case number CM746-7. Yes. In the Superior Court of Guam. Now, just looking at the day and time of this. Yes. This was filed, it looks like in 2011. Yeah. November 29th of 2011. Yes. At 11:13 a.m. in the Superior Court of Guam. Yes. hmm Now, I never really mentioned this. Yes. But this is an actual Superior Court of Guam order. Yes. hmm hmm And, I think it's somewhat important to a lot of these, what do we call them, class action lawsuits and tort lawsuits. See, this morning, this is called Preparing for Reconciliation. Oh, a guide to confession. Yes. I went to the Catholic Church for breakfast, and I did read quite a bit of the literature that was available to those that went to that breakfast. Yes. But this document, yes, it does in many ways suggest reconciliation. Now, was the actual evaluator Wayne that did the evaluation? Yes. But my problem is that I actually don't have any convictions of any crimes. Yes. I don't have an actual arrest record from Guam. Yes. And when this was filed in this court, the stipulation in order, yes, I was on probation at the time. Yeah. Now, this probation did not end until, well, I got out of jail one day before my 41st birthday. And that would have been July 12th of 2012. Yeah. hmm And for some reason, it looks like that quite possibly you didn't get a copy of this. Yes. Now, 11/21/2011. Yes. Freely in agreement. Maybe I didn't. Did I sign this? Yes. Public Defender's Office. There's my signature again. Yeah. Now, this looks different than the one that I was reading. Yes. Any contact with Mr. Budnick, his wife, and children will be regulated by the court in the state of Washington. Yeah. I didn't actually violate any restraint provisions. Right. Mr. Budnick shall obey the orders of the Washington State Court. Yes. Now, this must have been stipulation order. People have gone through Attorney General Garrett. Well, this is something different. Well, do hereby enter into the following agreement. Oh, having entered into diversion, defendant has completed the counseling requirements. Yes. Of the diversion program. Maybe I didn't email this to you. Yes. And I paid the applicable fines and fees. Yes. Defendant is now placed on unsupervised status. Oh, I was allowed to leave the island. This is something different. Why don't I put this on the drive for you? Yes. Now, the placed on unsupervised status and allowed to leave the island. Yes. This is a stipulation and order. I thought this was the expungement. No, no. Now, the court may vacate the trial date scheduled in this matter. Yeah. Because I did enter into diversion. Right. I did complete the counseling requirements. Yes. And I did pay the applicable fines and fees. Right. Now, the defendant continues to perform satisfactorily during the period of diversion. At the end of the period of diversion, the criminal charges shall be dismissed upon motion or application of the defendant, pursuant to the 9 Guamanian Code or something like this, 30.80.2. Then the defendant would then qualify for expungement. Now, I did realize that when you issued that protection order in 2011, yeah, um, I didn't get any notice or opportunity to be heard. Oh, oh, oh. Now, did the court think about this? Because, let's see here. By his signature, defendant attests he has read the agreement. Yes. Discussed it with his attorney, and defendant enters this agreement. Yes. Freely and voluntarily. Freely and voluntarily. Yes. Now, Assistant Attorney General on November 21st of 2011. Yes. Now, Paul C. Budnick, I signed it. Yep, it was dated November. Oh, came before the court. The court having the above orders the defendant placed on unsupervised status. The trial dates are vacated, and that upon successful completion of the diversion period, this matter will be expunged pursuant to so on and so forth criminal case number. Does not prevent defendant from leaving the island. November 29th of 2011. What did you issue on August? I'll put this on the drive for you. Yes. And then the copy of the expungement order? Yes. And the evaluation from the counselor at that time? Yes. See, this issue of reconciliation, I'm just going to put that on there for you. My record was expunged? Yes. And did you in any way consider that when, um, you know, if you're a priest in the Catholic faith, just reading this, how to confess, yes. If you know of any forgery, fraud, kidnapping, or any other sin, I was watching a show called Stigmata last night. Yes. You know, there was one individual that Jesus got very upset at. His name was Judas. And of the 5 wounds that Jesus suffered, it's quite possible that your sins can't be forgiven, and you can't forgive the sins that, well, there's no confession available for any priest to be able to confess. See, just reading the instructions here, deliberate violation of God's law. Now, there are 2 kinds of sin. Yes, mortal and venial. Now, mortal is a deliberate and free choice of something known to be seriously wrong that destroys our friendship with God and separates us from Him. Now, venial is a minor offense against God's law that hurts our relationship with God, but does not destroy it. Now, just reading the canons in the Catholic faith, yeah, could you get me all the bishops in that college? Because as I read this here, yes, your priest cannot forgive your sins. I'm sorry, Catholics. There's no reason for you to go to confession right now. Your priest does not have the authority. Well, you remember that Judas, that stigmata. Well, if anybody suffered the physical pain of Jesus while he was on the cross, I'm pretty sure it was Judas.